Hello, Immortal News family, and welcome back to our channel. In the last 24 hours, we have received the somber news of the passing of extraordinary talents, and today's episode is dedicated to honoring their memory. Before we start, we kindly ask for your support. If this video or the legacies of these remarkable individuals have touched your life, please consider giving this video a thumbs up as a sign of respect and remembrance. Thank you. Number 7. She's the reason I ever watched soaps, one longtime fan wrote. Lisa wasn't just a character, she was an era. Eileen Fulton, who defined a generation of daytime television, passed away peacefully at the age of 91 in her hometown of Asheville, North Carolina. Her passing marks the end of a remarkable chapter in television history. For nearly 50 years, Eileen brought life, mischief, and grace to the role of Lisa Grimaldi on the long-running CBS drama As the World Turns. Originally cast for a short stint in 1960, her portrayal of Lisa turned what was meant to be a simple storyline into a groundbreaking journey. With poise and edge, she transformed Lisa from a small-town girl into daytime's first bad girl, setting the standard for soap opera vixens to come. Her time on the show spanned decades, with brief breaks for other roles including stage performances and even a primetime spin-off, Our Private World. Each return was celebrated by a devoted audience who couldn't imagine their screens without her. Over her distinguished career, Eileen was honored with the Daytime Emmy Lifetime Achievement Award, a place in the Soap Opera Hall of Fame and the admiration of millions. Beyond television, she shined on the stage with appearances in celebrated productions and explored her creativity through mystery novels and music. Raised by a Methodist minister and a public school teacher, Eileen's roots remained strong, even as she found success on national television. A graduate of Greensboro College with a degree in music, she brought soul and sparkle to both the stage and screen. Her warmth off-camera endeared her to colleagues just as much as her fire on-screen captivated fans. She was also a champion for upcoming actors and beloved by fans, many of whom grew up watching her with parents and grandparents. Her presence connected generations. Eileen is survived by her brother Charles, his wife Karen, her niece Catherine, and 2 great-nieces. She passed from natural causes, surrounded by family. Actress and co-star Colleen Zenk shared, "Eileen made us laugh, made us watch, and made history. There will never be another Lisa Grimaldi, and never another Eileen." Tributes to Eileen Fulton. Number 6. I wanted my work to have honesty. That's what lasts, Tom Troupe once said. And lasting it was. With a quiet strength and deep respect for his craft, Tom Troupe built a career that spanned over 6 decades. From the Broadway stage to television's golden age, Tom delivered performances filled with care, precision, and heart. He first stepped into the spotlight as Peter Van Don in the original Broadway production of The Diary of Anne Frank. From there, he never looked back. Tom became a familiar face on television, appearing in over 75 shows, from classic series like Star Trek and The Fugitive to favorites like Murder, She Wrote, Cheers, and Frasier. His film work included roles in The Devil's Brigade, Kelly's Heroes, Summer School, and My Own Private Idaho, but he never left the stage behind. Sharing the spotlight with his beloved wife, Carole Cook, the 2 enchanted audiences in timeless productions like The Lion in Winter and The Gin Game. Their talent and teamwork were celebrated with a Career Achievement Ovation Award in Los Angeles. Tom wasn't just an actor, he was a teacher and mentor. Alongside Charles Nelson Riley, he co-founded The Faculty, guiding countless young performers with wisdom and warmth. He lived a life full of purpose, serving in the Korean War and earning a Bronze Star along the way. Offstage, he was known for his kindness, generosity, and unwavering dedication. Tom passed away peacefully at 97 in Beverly Hills, leaving behind family, dear friends, and a legacy of meaningful work. He is survived by his son Christopher, daughter-in-law Becky, granddaughter Ashley, and extended loved ones. Actor and friend Alan Alda once said, "Tom brought dignity and light wherever he went." He acted with his whole heart. That heart, full of passion and grace, touched audiences and fellow artists alike. Donations in his memory can be made to the Entertainment Community Fund or the Pasadena Humane Society, reflecting his lifelong compassion for both people and animals. Tom Troupe's life was a performance full of richness, sincerity, and care, one that reminds us how much can be achieved when honesty leads the way. Tributes to Tom Troupe. Number 5. Belief in oneself is probably the most important ingredient to success that there is, Helen Cornelius once said. Because if you believe in yourself, then nothing is going to knock you down. That quiet strength and heartfelt wisdom came to define not only her life, but a remarkable career in country music that touched generations. Helen Cornelius, a beloved country singer and songwriter, has passed away at the age of 83. Surrounded by family, she died peacefully following an illness that she faced with grace and courage. Born Helen Lorene Johnson in Monroe City, Missouri, Helen's life in music began early. Raised on a farm in a musical family, she was performing with her sisters almost as soon as she could speak. By age 5, she was winning talent shows. Her roots were deep in country tradition, and her future would help shape it. Long before her name lit up marquees, she wrote songs that found their way to legendary voices like Reba McEntire and the Oak Ridge Boys. But it was her unforgettable partnership with Jim Ed Brown that brought Helen national fame. Their duet, I Don't Want to Have to Marry You, raced to the top of the country charts, earning them a CMA award and cementing their place in country music history. Together, they gave us heartfelt hits and a rare kind of harmony, both musically and emotionally. Their performances, from the stage of the Grand Ole Opry to TV screens across the country, became cherished memories for fans. Offstage, Helen carried that same warmth. Her kindness, humility, and dedication earned her the respect and love of her peers. Helen's solo work was equally powerful. She led her own band, Southern Spirit, and opened a popular dinner theater in Tennessee where she performed and built close ties with the local community. She became a regular voice on country music programs and mentored young artists just starting their journeys. In 2005, she was rightfully inducted into the Missouri Country Music Hall of Fame. Her legacy spans more than 50 years, filled with timeless performances, trailblazing songwriting, and a spirit that inspired everyone she met. Country artist Jeannie Seely said it best: Helen had a voice as pure as her heart and a presence that could light up any room. Country music was better because she was in it. Tributes to Helen Cornelius. Number 4. We are the lucky ones. We are their family. We have the responsibility to honor these guys who gave us a chance to be alive. These words, often spoken by Papa Jake, captured the heart of the man, a bridge between history and the future. Jake Larson, known to millions as Papa Jake, passed away peacefully at 102. His passing marks the end of an era, but not the end of his story. From wartime hero to online storyteller, Jake left a legacy that reached new generations. At only 15, he joined the National Guard by lying about his age. By his early 20s, he was at the center of one of the most critical chapters in world history. As an operations sergeant, he helped prepare the Allied invasion of Normandy. On D-Day, he landed in the first wave at Omaha Beach and survived when so many did not. He fought in the Battle of the Bulge and earned the Bronze Star and the French Legion of Honor. But for Jake, it wasn't about medals. It was about remembering those who didn't come home and sharing their stories. Papa Jake lived a quiet life after the war with his beloved wife, Lola, raising a family in California. Decades later, that life took a remarkable turn. In 2020, during the pandemic, his granddaughter, Michaela, helped him join TikTok, What began as a simple idea became a global connection. In just a few months, his storytelling reached millions. Through the account Storytime with Papa Jake, Jake used humor, honesty, and vivid memories to teach history in a way classrooms couldn't. His voice preserved the past, one short video at a time. He wrote a book, met world leaders, and returned to Normandy year after year to honor his fallen brothers. Yet he remained humble, always reminding others to live with purpose and gratitude. A true American treasure, Papa Jake inspired veterans, young people, and curious minds around the world. As the Overlord Museum in France shared, he returned every year with his smile, his humility, and his tales that touched all generations. Jake is survived by his children, grandkids, including Michaela, and many who now consider themselves part of his story. His message endures: be grateful, be kind, and don't forget the past. Tributes to Papa Jake. Number 3. Jeff spent his whole life around the game, playing, coaching, and scouting. He was as good a person as he was a scout, and he was a hell of a scout. These words from longtime Oakland executive Billy Beane capture the heart of who Jeff Bittiger was, a man whose passion for baseball never faded, and whose kindness touched everyone around him. Jeff Bittiger passed away at the age of 63. He died peacefully following a brief illness, leaving behind a long and meaningful legacy in the sport he loved. Born in Jersey City and raised in New Jersey, Jeff began making waves on the mound in high school before being drafted by the New York Mets. He worked his way through the minor leagues and ultimately pitched for the Phillies, Twins, and White Sox. In 33 MLB appearances, he earned a reputation for resilience and heart. Even after his final major league game, Jeff continued pitching in independent leagues until age 40. He went on to become a record holder in that arena as well. With 193 wins and nearly 2,000 strikeouts, few held on to their love for the game like Jeff did. But it wasn't just about the stats. Jeff gave back as a coach and later flourished as a scout for the Oakland A's. He had a sharp eye for talent and a gentle way with players. One of his biggest successes came when he signed Andrew Bailey, future Rookie of the Year. Oakland named Jeff their Scout of the Year in 2010. A title that reflected both skill and sincerity. Off the field, Jeff was a devoted family man. He is survived by his wife, Alicia, and son, Brett, who shared his father's passion for baseball and even played professionally. Together, they built a life rooted in sports, love, and support. Friends, fellow scouts, and athletes are remembering Jeff not only for his baseball mind but for his warm spirit and integrity. His absence will be deeply felt in dugouts, scout meetings, and family gatherings alike. Jeff Bittiger's life proved that dedication, humility, and kindness are as valuable as any win or stat line. He spent 4 decades in the game and shaped it for the better. Tributes to Jeff Bittiger, Jeff. Number 2, he changed the way you thought about music and the way you thought about yourself. Those words, shared by a close colleague, speak to the rare brilliance of Hal Galper. The influential jazz pianist, composer, and educator passed away peacefully at the age of 85. He had been battling a prolonged illness. Over more than 60 years, Hal's music pushed boundaries and opened ears. From playing with Chet Baker and Cannonball Adderley, to igniting stages with Phil Woods and leading his own explosive quintets with Randy and Michael Brecker, Galper left a mark on every bandstand he touched. His recordings, over 100 in total, more than 30 as leader, chart a bold evolution in modern jazz. He developed a striking rubato trio style that blurred time and rhythm, reshaping how piano, bass, and drums spoke to one another. His voice on the piano was unmistakable, thoughtful, daring, lyrical. But perhaps his greatest legacy lies in education. A founding faculty member at the New School for Jazz and longtime teacher at SUNY Purchase, Hal mentored generations of young artists with depth, honesty, and care. His ebook, Forward Motion, remains a go-to resource for jazz students worldwide, teaching creative phrasing and the inner mechanics of improvisation. Beyond the classroom and the stage, Hal was a thinker, a writer and speaker who explored the why behind the how of jazz. He believed that understanding the process made the music deeper, richer, more human. To his students, he was honest and demanding, but always gave more than he asked for. To his peers, he was deeply respected, not just as a brilliant player, but as a soul devoted to the craft. Fans, friends, and musicians around the world continue to share memories and lessons. His work ethic, generosity, and humor left a lasting impression. His influence can be heard in the touch and swing of countless pianists, and felt in the energy of every student he inspired. Hal Galper's passing is a tremendous loss for the jazz community, but his music, teachings, and spirit will keep shaping it for years to come. Tributes to Hal Galper. What's trending on the internet? News 1. Sometimes a quiet afternoon on Oregon's Deschutes River can change in an instant. On Saturday near Dillon Falls, emergency crews responded quickly after a group of 6 people went over the powerful waterfall west of Bend. In an incredible show of teamwork, 3 individuals were rescued and taken to a nearby hospital. Sadly, 1 person was lost at the scene, while 2 others remain missing as search and rescue efforts continue. The names of those involved are being kept private to give families time and space, but what stands out is the swift response from local rescue teams, working side by side, even using drones and air support to search from above. Their dedication and compassion truly reflect the caring spirit of this close-knit community. Moments like these remind us to cherish each day and honor the remarkable people, both rescuers and neighbors, who come together during times of need. Our hearts are with those affected, and their courage will not be forgotten. News 2. Imagine an afternoon in the peaceful town of Bohmte, Germany, when the unexpected happens. A car suddenly veers off the road, collides with a parked vehicle, then crashes through a garden hedge and strikes a 7-year-old boy enjoying time on his backyard trampoline. The car, driven by a 42-year-old man with his family on board, then vaulted over uneven ground and landed dramatically, wedged in the roof of a nearby barn, nearly 10 feet off the ground. Thankfully, thanks to the swift efforts of dozens of firefighters, ambulance crews, and 2 rescue helicopters, everyone received immediate care. The young boy and the driver's wife were both seriously injured, but their family, 2 sons, aged 11 and 12, and a 13-year-old passenger, suffered only minor injuries. First responders worked heroically, cutting through wreckage and carefully removing the car from the barn roof using a crane. As the community rallies with empathy and support, the boy and his family are surrounded with well wishes for a full and speedy recovery. In moments like these, it's the fast action and courage of everyday heroes, neighbors, rescue workers, and medical teams that remind us of the power of care and togetherness. We wish the young boy, his family, and everyone affected all the best as they heal, and we honor the spirit of unity that shines brightest in challenging times. News 3. Sometimes, extraordinary courage shines brightest in the face of crisis. Today we want to highlight the remarkable bravery shown as a ferry carrying 280 people caught fire off the coast of Indonesia. The vessel, known as the KM Barcelona 5, had been traveling from the Talud Islands to Manado when, just after noon on Sunday, flames suddenly erupted on board. In a frightening moment, families and travelers, many wearing life jackets, were forced to leap into the sea to escape the blaze and thick smoke. Local fishermen and rescue crews didn't hesitate for a second. They rushed to help, pulling survivors from the water and quickly taking the injured to safety on nearby islands. One courageous survivor shared how she held on, floating in the waves for nearly an hour before being rescued. While this event ended in heartbreak for at least 5 families, including the loved ones of a pregnant woman, the actions of those who rushed to help and the resilience of the survivors are a testament to the strength and hope found in our global community. The spirit of compassion, quick thinking, and unity shown during these moments will continue to inspire us all. Let's remember the everyday heroes who remind us that even in the darkest times, courage and kindness always shine through. News 4. Let me tell you a story of remarkable survival and resilience. In Ahmedabad, India, a tragic Air India crash took place just after takeoff on a Thursday, claiming the lives of 241 people, including several medical students in a nearby hostel. But in the midst of immense loss, one young man named Vishwashkumar Ramesh, who was among the passengers, survived against all odds. Thrown from the plane in the chaos, Ramesh suffered multiple injuries, but, as doctors shared, he is now out of danger and recovering. The nation's home minister personally visited him in the hospital, a rare moment of hope shining through unimaginable tragedy. While the crash has brought heartbreak to many families, stories like Ramesh's remind us of the extraordinary resilience of the human spirit. Communities have come together in Ahmedabad and around the world to offer support and honor those lost. In these difficult times, may we hold on to hope, cherish those around us, and be inspired by the courage of survivors. Vishwashkumar Ramesh's journey is living proof that even on the darkest days, miracles can happen. News 5. What a night it was in East Hollywood, where courage and resilience shine through an unexpected crisis. Early Saturday morning, just after 2 a.m., as folks were heading home from a night out at the Vermont Hollywood nightclub, a serious incident rattled the heart of Los Angeles. Authorities report that 29-year-old Fernando Ramirez drove onto the sidewalk and into a crowd gathered near Santa Monica Boulevard and Vermont Avenue, injuring at least 30 people. It's moments like these that remind us how quickly life can change and how strong our community can be in the face of adversity. First responders, club security, and bystanders all moved into swift action, helping those injured and preventing an even greater tragedy. Thanks to their efforts, everyone hurt is now expected to recover. Even in challenging times, our city's spirit prevails. As we hold the victims of this incident in our thoughts, let's honor the compassion and bravery displayed by so many that night, a touching reminder that kindness and unity truly define our neighborhoods. News 6. It's a story that's touched many hearts across Chicago and far beyond. Late Friday night, emergency crews were called to South Shore Beach after reports of a child in distress. Authorities say a 31-year-old woman was found in the water, and a heartbreaking discovery soon followed. The body of a 1-year-old boy was recovered by the Chicago Fire Department's Marine Unit. Both were taken to area hospitals, but despite the best efforts of doctors at Comer Children's Hospital, the infant tragically passed away. The identity of the child and the woman haven't been officially released, and police are continuing their investigation into what led up to this unimaginable loss. In moments like these, communities come together in compassion and support. Street pastor Donovan Price, who visited the hospital, spoke of how deeply this tragedy has been felt throughout the neighborhood. As the investigation continues, our thoughts are with the family and all those affected by this tragedy. Let's take this moment to hold our loved ones a little closer, and honor the memory of every child by renewing our commitment to kindness, care, and community. News 7. There's a story making waves this week that's both moving and inspiring. A name you might recognize from the golden era of wrestling, Marcus "Buff" Bagwell. The 55-year-old former WCW star, a fan favorite throughout the 1990s and early 2000s, recently made the courageous decision to have his right leg amputated above the knee. This comes 5 years after suffering a devastating car accident in 2020, which led to a long journey through pain, hospital stays, and an incredible 21 surgeries. Buff recently opened up to his fans, sharing that he fought hard to save his leg, but in the end, amputation was the best choice for his health and happiness. He spoke with hope and gratitude, expressing excitement for a better quality of life and a fresh start on his path to recovery. Through all the ups and downs, Buff's outlook remains positive. He's beaten his addiction, found new purpose, and continues to inspire with his resilience. Marcus Bagwell will always be remembered by wrestling fans for his strength inside the ring, but it's his strength outside the spotlight, facing adversity with honesty and courage, that leaves a lasting legacy. We wish Marcus the very best as he steps into this new chapter, reminding us all that life's toughest challenges can bring forth the greatest displays of determination. Number 1. The present moment is our gift, our choice point. These words, often spoken by Joanna Macy, now echo with renewed meaning as the world says goodbye to a guiding light in ecological and spiritual activism. Joanna passed away peacefully at the age of 96, leaving behind a lifetime of wisdom, compassion, and devoted service to the earth. For more than 70 years, Joanna Macy shaped the way we think about our relationship with the planet. She wove together threads of Buddhist philosophy, systems theory, and environmental action into a powerful and transformative tapestry. Her vision helped birth a global movement that gave people the tools not only to grieve the damage done to the earth, but also to act with hope. She was the heart behind the work that reconnects, and her idea of active hope became a lifeline for many facing climate despair. Through her best-selling books like Coming Back to Life and World as Lover, World as Self, Joanna invited us into a deeper, more honest connection with life and each other. Joanna's own journey began in New York City. Her academic path took her from Wellesley College to a PhD in religious studies at Syracuse University. Her early work with Tibetan refugees had a profound effect on her, further shaping her compassionate worldview and her integration of Buddhist principles with modern ecological concerns. Throughout her life, Joanna remained dedicated to action. She marched against nuclear testing. She mentored rising environmental leaders. She opened doors between spirituality and science, helping activists find inner strength and clarity in their work. Her legacy continues not only through her writings but through institutions like the Joanna Macy Center for Resilience and Regeneration. Following her passing, environmental and Buddhist communities worldwide expressed deep sorrow. Editor James Shaheen of Tricycle magazine shared, "No voice has been as clear or as compelling as Joanna Macy's in the intersection that lies between Buddhist practice and ecological movements." Joanna Macy died peacefully, surrounded by love. She leaves us with luminous teachings, boundless compassion, and the courage to face the future with hope. Tributes to Joanna Macy. Rex epitomized the formative days of NASCAR, a true pioneer whose contributions helped shape the foundation of our sport.